Hello and good morning, everybody. My name is Kamil Ghiffary, and today we're going to talk about English for professional purpose for the first class that you're going to attend, which is going to be enrolled for second years for students for studies of social and political science of UPNVJ in Jakarta. In this course, you're going to meet a lot of new things and elements of variables and learning towards English and international relations. For the title itself of English for professional purpose, we're going to have an amalgamations of IR variables or IR topics and themes, and then combine it with any of the particular subject that you have learned English from your previous study. So now, first of all, I'm going to introduce myself with my team teaching. Okay, welcome back everyone. Today we're going to learn about the first week. We're going to talk about English for professional purpose on the first week. So you know, I have already explained to you what we are going to, generally what we are going to learn for the whole course of 1 semester away. But first of all, I'm going to talk about the general objective of the class, because you need to know the objective or the target or the destination that we are trying to go, we are trying to achieve, and we are trying to aim. So overall, we're going to learn about the general theme of English for professional purpose. However, it is going to spread for many indicators of scorings. As you can learn and you can read on the PowerPoint in front of you, first of all, we're going to learn and understand the course of the semester plan. First of all, we're going to have a very different approach on how every class is supposed to take this course, because as you know, we consist of many teachers within the team teaching, or we can call it as partner in teaching. And second is understanding the mid and the final exam, because we're going to have a different approach compared to your previous study experience, especially in senior high school, on how you should do midterm and final exam. And the third one is to understand the course contract, because it is important for you to completely understand and comprehend many of the foreign many possible elements and variables that many lecturers may ask for you, may provide to you, and facilitate it to you. So please be in mind and keep in touch with how your class separately, individually, and independently should go for this course. And the fourth one is getting to know each other, because apparently we are consist of many students in the class, 40 students in the class, and me as a facilitator need to every one of you personally. And the last one is getting some ideas about the LSP and the EFIR, or English for International Relations R, because I have previously explained to you that we are going to connect or there's an amalgamations of international relations variables and the study of English itself. We're going to mix it up. And a little bit of talk about how professionals, ex-professionals in diplomatics ministry, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, exclusively on diplomatical affairs, do their biddings and do their talks in English. So what you see in front of you is many of faces that you are going to be familiar with. The first of all is Miss Yuni. She's the main coordinator of this particular course. And then Doctorate Choki Aprianda Siregar. He is now still enrolled as in diplomatical affairs in Indonesia, for Indonesia and from Indonesia. And then third of all is myself, and the fourth one is Dr. Muhajir. Okay, generally there are 16 meetings of how the course is going to be moving forward. The first one is we are going to talk about the introductions, as we are now talking about the introduction itself. And then the second one is the use of English in international relations. And it is particularly need to know and note it down that the second and the third meetings of the second, the third, and the 10th and the 11th meeting of our course will be held by Mr. Choki. So you know he is still in business, as you can name it, and you can call it like that, in diplomatical affairs. Meanwhile, so therefore, in the second and third, so thus the 10 and the 11 meetings will be much more likely talking about how practically these theories are adopted in in real life situations. And the third week, we're going to talk about the use of English as a language for IR specifically, and the fourth one is argument, how you should argue yourself in IR situation, IR meetings, diplomatical forum and whatnot. And the sixth one is how we adopt the IR topics such as Rohingya. We're going to talk about Rohingya and gender inequality in India, and mix it up with English subjects such as how to make a good argument, how to articulate your opinion, and whatnot. And the seventh meeting, we're going to have a group oral presentation. So we still have a practical session with me or with any other lecturers out there. And then in the middle of the course, we're going to have a midterm exam. So you know, every 8 meetings and every 16th meeting, we're going to have an exam. The further specific attribute about the middle exam we're going to talk about later. And the 11th meeting, we're going to have how we negotiate in English as per in business and international relations. So we're going to talk about inside a meeting, inside forum, and etc. And 12th, we're going to talk about debate, how you should debate something, how in particular order English is supposed to help you in a debate. 13, we're going to have practice about what we have learned and make it into particularly specific practical session. And the 14 is opinionated paragraph. Apart from having a very focal and opinionated opinion on debate, we're also going to learn about how to make a good opinionated essays or paragraph. And 15, we're going to have a very, very good session of argumentative essays, because your opinionated essays or paragraph need to be more argumentatively better in academics, or in professionals, or in business terms. And then we close the courses with final exam. Okay, so apparently, compared to any other instances, institutions, or your previous experience as a student, we're going to have a particularly different approach on how we should do things, especially in exam. First of all, we're going to have an oral test based on your group presentations in the middle exam. And on your final exam, we're going to have a written test, which is consisted of listening, reading, and writing. I know it's going to sound very peculiar about your learning experience, but we want to balance out how, in practicality and in theory, on how you should assess yourself, indicating how good you are in English and especially in professional purpose. About the attendance, especially about attendance, we're going to have a very different approach, especially when we're talking about team teaching. Maybe me going to have a different style, different rule, different regulations of how attendees works. And maybe by you also share the same principle, or maybe she's going to share maybe she's going to have a different approach on the attendees. But I assure you, you don't have to be fret. You don't have to fret anything about your attendance, as long as you can, be responsible about your task, about your group works, about anything that you should have done. And we don't want to break anything. We don't have to regulate anything out of the ordinary. We just want everybody in the class to make sure and to keep as responsible as you can, and take a particular note that when you only need to respect yourself. I do think you have known me already. You can actually call me if you have any particular business to talk with, or if you have something to inquire me about. You can call me in my number 081-295-841 and 842, only on professional and working hours. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you our main coordinator of this course. Her name is Yuni Haryanti. She is born in Solo. She also studied English both in Indonesia and both internationally. She was, as you can read in front of you, linguistics, studied applied linguistics in Macquarie University, Australia, and currently live in Depok. So, any other business or any other inquiry that you want to talk about during this course, you can talk about me personally, and you can even talk with her directly. So, as you know, this is our first meeting, so we don't have to take everything seriously. I just want to know more about you, because I have a responsibility to know you more personally. So maybe you can share about one interesting fact about your hometown or home country that you think others might not know already? And second of all, what inspired you to specifically pursue a degree in IR studies? And how did you choose this field? Why are you choosing this field? And outside of the academic pursuits, what are your professional or extracurricular activities that you enjoy participating in? For example, I'm having a side business that I'm particularly happy with, and maybe I'm having a side extracurricular activities that joining conferences and forums that I actually very happy with. You can share it. And the fourth one is, in your semester of international study, what course that you find the most enjoyable experience with, or intriguing or enjoyable, or maybe you have a particular experience with some of the lecturers, like maybe with Mas Khairil or maybe with Mas Jati, and you can explain why, because I want to know personally about you. All of this can be explained and answered to the comment sections of the leads that you can find on the system of the learning system. Okay, also don't forget to, I have already provided you a link. You can also find the link in the leads on the system. Click it, click the idea, write down your ideas and comment on other ideas, because I want everybody to interact with each other. I want everybody to know each other. I want everybody to understand what pushes somebody else to pursue a career in international relations studies, or pursue any particular activities or I don't know, side activities that maybe have a relevancy with IR studies. For this purpose, we're going to have I don't even want to explain any of these, because it is going to be very, very complex, but I want everybody to see that for English for occupational purposes, it's going to have a different purpose within academic purposes. So, okay, in that term, we can understand that for practicality and theoreticality, we're going to have two different paradigms. And the one that we are going to learn for the whole semester, for the whole courses, is the right one, which is the occupational one, for the professional purpose specifically, and English for business purposes, and any other talking with relevant enough with IR studies. Okay, I don't want to explain a lot about this particular topic, because we are still obviously in a very early beginnings, but I want to make sure everybody understands that by using the word specific, that at the moment that we are learning today English for professional purpose, we are implying that we can delimit what is we intend to address. Next slide, please. So, what you have learned about our introduction part today, I hope that you have already understand. Not have to explicitly, you don't have to actually understand everything about it, but at least you take one point away for today's courses and opening courses for today, because that's all that matters. You don't have to actually understand everything. That's why we're always going to provide you some assignment to do back home, or some extra homework that you might do with your group works or your friends. So those particular tasks that you only understand like a few % of it, you can further dig down and increase it later with your friends, either at home or outside of the classes. So in your opinion, as a closing remarks, what challenge that you are going to face in English for international purposes? Is it the grammar? Is it how you need to combine, which is the professional purpose, which is the theoretical purpose? Or is it a mere how to have a good opinionated essays? I don't know, share with us. These are the resources that we are going to have and use for the course. Okay, that's for me. I think that's clear enough for you, for everybody, because you are still on the first week, on the first course of the whole semesters, and I don't want to overwhelm you with anything. So any questions relevant enough to the matters that I have already introduced you with this video, please let me know, because we already have a group chat, we have a forum that you can definitely access on your lead system. Please let me know anything, either it is personal, either it is professional, please let me know. And I think that's it for me today. I see you maybe on next week's. I bid you farewell. Bye-bye.